Ah, man, they backed out. Too speculative.
You know, we got this new thing going on. We find privately held businesses, buy them, hand them off to these stockbrokers we got on the payroll. They jack the stock price up, and then we dump it, split the profits. It's been working out real well.
Shit.
You know, it might be something you could be good at. All you gotta do is find businesses that have value. You bring them to us, we negotiate. But, you know, you could kill it. And I'll bankroll you for the first couple months if you need.
You don't have to do that.
Let me finish. If we're gonna be partners, I only have one rule, and that's no secrets, no surprises, okay? I don't wanna hear shit from anybody but you, ever. And that includes everything that you're doing. You understand?
Yeah.
Here's a little advance. Why don't you go take Barbara out to celebrate or something?
Thank you.
Cheers. It's a new business.
Fuck yeah.
Hello, fellow trader. This is your invitation to join BTMM and experience a new approach to trading. KY believes that trading should be natural and simple, easing the stress on our minds. Please follow along in your personal Bible. Romans 8 verse 2 states, "For the law of the Spirit of life has set you free in Jesus Christ from the law of sin and death." Ephesians 6 verse 11 is about the armor of God, which is a must-have tool in all walks of life. The armor consists of the belt of truth, helmet of salvation, shoes of the gospel of peace, sword of the Spirit, word of God, shield of faith to extinguish darts, and finally, the breastplate of righteousness. In 2 Chronicles 26 verse 5, we are instructed to seek and fear God. Chapter 27, verse 17 tells us to consecrate the first of the month. In chapter 8, the vestibule of the Lord is described, and it is mentioned that on the 16th day the work was considered finished. It is worth noting that figures like David or Daniel would emphasize that God reveals mysteries and delivers us. And finally, in 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 27, there is a message that we should read and pass on to our peers. It is also important to note that in Isaiah 1 verse 16, the message is to make ourselves clean and cease to do evil, and in verse 22, we are told to stop regarding man. These verses hold valuable lessons for us to apply in our lives and share with others. Page 2. Read from the top with me, please. Mindset: I will pursue steadfastness, gentleness, and faith for the glory of Jesus Christ. No longer I see blindly of my flaws, people will test me, transgressions may press me. The love, godliness, and peace that I have for myself will always set me apart from people of evil. I will trade in the shadows but mainly stand by. With that being said, let's focus on some easy material. The dealer spread is 2 lines above the price. Less than 50 pips is key and only applies to the Asia range. As the day progresses, you will have dashes extend out to better picture his grasp, or you can just say his trap area. The market maker or dealer has about 2 objectives: to induce traders and make the market. Around 1 a.m., the market will vector out of the Asia box or before 1 a.m. Wait for an aggressive retrace, referred to as the first leg, which should last 60 to 90 minutes. The same pattern will occur for the second leg. Luckily, the spread will widen and the price will pull away very aggressively. That's it, you really don't need anything else. So please keep in mind that these concepts can be looked on the D1, 4H, 15-minute time. Let's head over to page 3. Are you still with me, family? On page 3, The aim is to have a clutter-free setup that will allow us to see these traps or smart alerts when we are away. As a word of faith, Job 5 verse 12 says, "He frustrates the devices of the crafty, their hands achieve no success." Let the smart money/evil banks outplay the small people. We may stay behind, but we have knowledge of the next big move or small move. And now I'll give the mic to our main speaker. No other than KY, he will show you how to set up everything and again simplify the system.
Thank you, Sarah. Your help is very much appreciated. Hey family, before we get to the second segment of this video, I just want to let you know that this setup will allow you to break down the higher time frame into a smaller time frame with the help of the ATS software, as well as the time box indicator and utilizing the BTMM strategy. Hopefully you will find a trade setup that meets your criteria on the 15-minute. Okay family, just to refresh your mind, when you come to your terminal, when you begin a day, you want to either come at London session and you want to aim for 3 a.m. and stay up for about 6 a.m. From experience, this will give you the Brinks trade, the type 1s, the type 2s, type 3 setups. And then if you missed London session, you would want to see yourself come in at New York session, and that's going to be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And usually, you're going to feel like you missed the move because the London already put in that peak formation. But little did you know, there's going to be a trade called the Brinks trade or the New York reversal trade. And, you're going to get that second leg that's going to form at the new low or the new high that's going to be forming for the New York session. Okay. So again, pick your session time. Know that you're going to have the Brinks trades. It's going to be fast money on the 15-minute charts, okay? And then when we go down to the next segment, you're going to have some goals. And you're going to be trading safely for your profits, okay? So start from your daily time frame, go down to your 4-hour to, find a box trade. And then, like I said, focus on your 15-minute chart to hone in on the pattern, okay? And that's all you're going to be using the higher time frames or the lower time frames for, okay? And usually you can earn about 650 pips per month, okay? Okay, people. So when you come to your terminal and you want to set up your EAs and everything, make sure that you do this. Be sure to download the EA called Profit Loss Trail EA, which is basically the EA that automatically places your stop orders, your take profit levels, and breaking evens and trailing stops. Let's take a look at my settings and get you set up with that. So we go to properties. For this particular instance, we're looking at gold settings. So for my EA, my gold settings are based on 500 pips, which is really 50 pips. It's just that the pip value, you add a 0 to it, and then the stop loss is, it should be 25 pips, but I noticed that 30 pips is very key, and I've been winning very well with that. If you look at my trailing stop loss will be placed after 50 pips, but I should say that you should place it at 30 pips. That way you can lock in your profits. You don't really have to be, missing out on good opportunity money, okay? So once your trade goes in profit of 15 pips, we're going to be able to break even at 10 pips, okay? That way you can actually lock in profits, because once you start trading type 2 setups, you'll notice that there's going to be some type of pullbacks. And these pullbacks, especially on the US 30, ranges from 5 to 7 pips, okay? And once you incorporate the EA of PZ Pyramid EA, let me see if I have it on here. Yeah, so PZ Pyramid EA, you'll notice that you're going to be prematurely taking out the market just because of those pullbacks. But don't fear, don't threat, because those pullbacks is actually saving you your stop loss being hit. just in case you got the trade wrong. But once you do have the trade right, you'll actually want 3 positions, and you want to set your stop loss and take profit percent balance to 90. Okay, because what this EA will do on the default settings, it will prematurely take you out those positions once those parameters are met. Okay, it's not going based off of the profit trailing EA or the AI equity guard EA. So just set those to 90, and you should be, taken care of. Okay, let me clear that off. Again, this is called PZ Pyramid EA. Okay, so just to have like a safety net when I do trade, I do implement the AIO Equity Guard EA. And with this Equity Guard EA, I only use the settings of profit close. So once my account value reaches $900 in profit, I would want the EA to automatically close that versus the profit loss trail EA. So, it won't, you'll probably experience slippage, but the slippage won't be from 20 to 30 pips. It won't be like, it'll probably be like around 2 to 3 pips. That's why, you will have a backup plan with that. So forth. What you probably would just only check close all open trades, but other than that's what you're really just using the EA for. You don't really have to worry about the loss type or profit value for the loss percentage. Just set it to 0. Okay, so again, and then let's say if I do experience a loss, let's say my stop loss does get hit, I don't want you to be fear. I don't want you to have being put in a position to where you have to immediately make the profits back just because you believe that the setup was valid or credential to your end. Be sure to implement the EA called OGT Zone Recovery EA. Okay, right now I have it based on gold, but if I was trading, if I experienced a loss on US 30, GBP USD, I would just simply drag that particular pair of GBP USD or US 30, and I'll either put in a buy or sell depending on what the market situation is there. So again, what I'm going to do is, just for example, if I experienced a loss on gold, I'll be sure to put these settings in. Okay, so I'll be sure that my recovery zone for gold is 150 pips, not 50 pips, but 150 pips. I'm sorry, my recovery zone is actually 15 pips. Okay, so you see the spread on here is 26 pips for gold. It's actually 2 pips. From experience, you will want to have a buffer zone between 6 to 10 pips from relating from the spread on the current pair. Yes, we will want a recovery zone of 2 to 3 pips, but just from experience, I noticed that once market gets to the fluctuation and starts going, the EA cannot catch up to the market price movement, and the EA will say the recovery zone is not found. And what that happens is basically the EA will stall, the EA will not place any more trades, and that will get you in some type of trouble. So just have that net guard of 15 to 10 pips, or 10 to 15 pips, I should say. Okay. And then your take profit zone, I have it based on 50 pips. Really should be 150 pips for gold, but 50 pips is just key because I want to get in the market. I want to be sure that I secure those profits, get in and get out. That's the goal. Okay. So again, we're going to use a recovery take profit. Our recovery take profit will relate to the same 50 pips or 150 pips. Okay. And that's all the settings that you're pretty much going to focus on, other than, you're going to want to change the initial lot size. So mine is at 0.1, representing $1 per pip. Okay. Additional lots, keep it at 2.0. Anything lower than that, such as 1.5, 1.3, you're going to make pretty much slow gains, and you won't want your lot size to be double the amount, but you only want to be able to open 8 to 10 trades. And we go to the spreadsheet of that. Let me show you the spreadsheet of that. Okay. Okay. So once we're trying to figure out some type of drawdown calculator, we'll just use the tool that we have. And of course, you will want to put your lot size exponent, your starting lot, the pip step, all the things that we discussed in our previous video. We'll want to relate towards that. So as you can see, I need to change the lot exponent to 2, not 1.5. So what I'll do, I'll change it to 2, press enter, and we see that we can have a maximum of 6 trades, and our drawdown will be $257. Okay, so again, if we're going to be hedging, we want to be sure that we actually cut this down. So if we're going to start at 0.30, we actually need to start at 0.10. Okay, this would enable us to have a buffer zone or a comfortable trade amount of actually 12 instead of 6. So once we enter that in the EA, we can see that we'll put in max trades. We'll put in 12. Okay. And that's all you have to do. Everything's taken care of for you. So that's what we're going to do on our back end. Once we go to the front end, we'll go to our front end, and you want to tell yourself, I want to be at the highs and the lows. If I'm trading German 30, if I'm trading gold, if I'm trading GBP USD, I want to be sure that I get a premium or a discount for my buck that I'm risking. Okay, so right now we're on the 4-hour time frame. We see that we have a high, we have a low. If we go to this recent week or this current week, we see that we have a high and we have a low. We see that we have last week's high, which is right here, and last week's low is right here. On that Monday and Tuesday, we're in consolidation. This is our PSR. So all we're doing, we're waiting for price to go to the extremes, waiting for market makers to do what? The manipulation, right? So first they immediately manipulate it down, right? And you're telling yourself, well, right off the money, I see this double top. This is level 1 to me. Where's your entry? Where's your entry? Let's go on a lower time frame. Right now we're on the 1-hour chart. I see no pattern. I see no entry. Okay, I'm talking about this area. Where's our pattern? I don't see it. So let's head over to the 15-minute chart. Go down, scroll back to Monday. Still, we kind of have nothing. But if you know what's going on, you would say this is our boom, boom. This is our second leg right here. It's ugly, but it's a setup. And it's a pattern that I wouldn't have taken because I want this type of price action. I want this type of price action. I want that second leg. Okay. But I'm telling you that you want to be at the low, right? And then again, let's head over back to the 1-hour time frame. If we're at Monday or Tuesday, I want to be sure that I'm at what? I'm at last week's low, or I'm at last week's high. And on that Tuesday, we had a news event, which was the consumer index. And they painted us a beautiful price action. Just from experience, I can say, well, I automatically know what this price action is over here. I'm sorry, hold on for a minute. I know what this price action is over here, right? Because we're at last week's high. But when we go down to a lower time frame on that news, we see that was actually a double top, a rejection at last week's high. This is our bread and butter trade, all that right there. Okay. Now, like I said, I want my stop loss to be 30 pips. If I would have prematurely got in this trade, I'm not a first leg trade. I'm really not. And my stop loss is 30 pips. My stop loss is right here. I would have been taking out that trade. Now, once your stop loss get hit, you shouldn't be going to your other terminal and putting in that the OGT zone recovery EA, no, you shouldn't be doing that immediately. You should just assess the market and wait for your second leg. Okay, just wait for your second leg. If you waited for that, from my screenshots and the community section of my channel, you've seen that I strictly take second legs, and that enables me to have low risk trades. Okay. When I was beginning the strategy, when I was beginning learning about a couple of years ago, I would enter sales all over here and wonder why what I'm doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, once you understand that, you will want to wait at last week's high, second leg formations, everything comes in place. You have your M, A, and a W, right? Oh, look at and a W at the low. And then my last notification that I gave you guys, I said, hey, this is the New York trap right here. Technically, this was the New York trap, but I just said, at the end of the day, there was a perfect M right here, and that netted us, or that enabled us to make about 100 pips. Okay, 100 pips just from that little small move. And this is why, like, you need to aim for 50 pips. 50 pips will get you the money that you need. Okay, you don't need to aim for 100, 150 pips. I know there's traders out there that's so-called trading levels. They're strictly counting levels, but they're not in swing trades. Why are you, so focused on the levels and you're not in swing trades for more than 4 weeks at a time? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense to me. This is why when you come to my channel, you see me trading mostly every day, or I take a week off, or I break, or whatever. But this is what when I come to my terminal and I see this. If I see this, I see this, I see this, I'm taking those trades. If I see that, I'm taking those trades. I rarely get the W's, but mainly with these wrinkles, I just see the M very clearly, and I'm taking those trades regardless of what is happening on with the higher time frame trend. Okay, so again, I want to be at last week's high or last week's low. We didn't really get a last week's high setup off of this, but I understand what the levels or the market cycle is being played out ahead of me. So, I'm not really just saying, oh, I'm waiting for a stop on a high M, because, like I said, I know how these jokers play the market at these particular times, right? I know that this is a W, but like I said, we have 3 days up. 3 days up. I'm expecting a M type of sell. I think I gave that notification over there, and I was wrong, and that's okay. But guess what? I was right, because I took the certain precautions to protect my account, to protect my capital with the EAs. So yes, it can be quite frustrating to lose, but once you lose with a profit, you don't have to rush. And I'm telling you, you're going to be using the OGT zone recovery as a last resort to capture your losses back. And that's all you're really doing. Okay. All right. So we're here with our new Master Elite Track Prices cheat. From day one, I've been retuning, reimagining everything for you guys. And I just want to be sure that, when we do begin a prop firm, when we do trade our own funds, we need to be smart. We need to have realistic profit goals and actually take our time reaching those goals. So again, on your main account, it's going to be over here. Okay. Let me highlight that for you guys. It's going to be my main account, and we're starting with $250,000. Okay. And now it can be with the company of Rise. It can be with the company FTMO or whatever. But just be sure to edit these parameters depending on your account. Okay. So again, let me just clear this off. We're starting. We could just say what we're going to be doing is, once you come out your binary hustle and you make it to level 8, trade 8, you have about about $200 to invest. With that $200, you would take that money. Okay. Let me minimize that, and you can get yourself an account of 10 grand. Okay. Let's try to keep some money in our pocket. Let's get you an account of 10 grand, okay? And with that Rise account of 10 grand, your first take profit will be $40, okay? Your second take profit or your second trade will be $43 and $46. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to take you 3 trade setups, but all in one trade setup. Since we're utilizing the PZ Pyramid EA, we're automatically going to have a trade set that's going to give us 3 trades in a row. So we're not rushing. We don't have to feel like this is going to be a long journey of 2 months. No. If anything, you should be able to get 2 trade setups to 3 trade setups every week when we're trying to aim for 50 pips. Okay. Because within those 50 pips, you will be able to safely add a position every 10 pips. Okay. So again, by the time you get on your second trade setup, you're going to be in a profit of $150, you know, with your second, your trade pop. Okay. So again, if I'm keeping track of my trades or keeping track of my stats, this is what I'm doing on a daily basis. So every signal that I give you is basically a winner for me. So just for example, 11 days ago, this was a winning setup. All I have to do is say on Tuesday, or for this week, on that Tuesday, I found 1 trade. Okay. Again, during that week, I found a second trade. So I'll just hit 2 stars. And then maybe, I don't think, did I take a trade? I think, yeah, I did. And then I found a third setup. Very simple. Now we're in profit. We're in 3 trade profits. Or actually, 3, 6, we're in 9 trades of profit, right? Because we found 3 setups. So now we have 9 trades in profit. All right. So now we head over to week 2, which is basically 9 days ago. This was on gold. I put BAM, I put that. I found another trade. Found another. And then week 3, we say we have found 1. We found 2. Okay. Found 3. So for week 3, we found 3 trades again. And then we head over to the next week and we see that we found 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades. Okay. So we're on the 4th week of last month, or this month, I should say. You know, just for example, we found, we're going to say 4 trades or 3, give or take. Yeah, 4 trades. And then most recently, we have found just 1 trade. So altogether, I have about 12, 24, 25, 26 trade setups, or just 26 trades. So if I do 26 trades, this has been my profit. 26, 6, 24. So within the past month or 4 weeks, I have made a net profit of $864. Booyah. And I'm just skimming the market. I'm just scalping the market. So you're sitting there, you're looking at my screenshots, and you're telling me I'm in the trade for longer. Blessings upon you. I'm happy for you. I'm rooting for you. Aim for 150 pips, aim for 200 pips. But with my routine, with my trade setups, with my approach to this market of going with Steve's original approach of scaling into these trades, I'm nailing for success. I'm nailing for quick money, not risking a lot. You know what I'm saying? So once you have those parameters set up, you will be able to track your results and actually go through the same journey that I'm going through. Okay. So I don't want you to ever feel like, you're alone with this, or you feel like you have to put yourself on high milestone targets. And once you do take an L or a stop loss, you're sitting there beating yourself up. Okay. So that's how you use the sheet. That's how you'll track it. And again, sooner or later, you'll be able to have 2 accounts, 3 accounts, 4 accounts. and you're going to be doing trade copiers, right? You're going to be able to invest in trade copiers and multiply your results. Okay. Now, let me tell you something about this prop firm ride. We'll go to that. They denied one of my payouts and said that I was risking too much. Basically, let me see. They said that I was risking too much because they don't use the way that they track their trades. They don't use a row. I don't know how they track their trades, but they don't see the stop levels. All they see is that you risk this amount on this trade. You use this amount of lots on this trade, and if it goes a certain threshold of amount of lots, they don't want to pay you out. And I told him, I said, before I enter a trade, I make sure that my trade is covered. I make sure that trade is spoken for or is protected, just in case the market doesn't go against me. I'll have basically break even. That's what we're doing. And then on their system, on their end, they don't see that. So again, this is a European company, and they're taking upon themselves to, give you the okie doke basically, and try to tell you, oh, you're not, trading smartly, whenever that's not the case. So I went with a different company, FXify, and doing good with them. Never had any problems. Their spread is very, very good on USD and gold. It's really literally 1 pip to 2 pips. I know during the news, very risky. During the news, I think I got almost got a trailing drawdown with their news, because the spread opened at least like 60 to 70 pips on this news. I was very mad about that. That's why I haven't really posted any update on this past Friday on any trade setup, because I've been in account recovery phase. So that really pissed me off, and it is what it is.
Oddly enough, KY has it in his heart to take some profits. 50 pips was well given. When you pray and fast, you stay clear of any second guessing. Some would say this is skill, but we owe to God to give full credit. We've talked about the importance of identifying trends and writing them out, but it's also crucial to be aware that things can change quickly in the blink of an eye. A sudden market shift can catch even the most seasoned traders off guard, so it's essential to stay focused and adapt to new developments. But ultimately, patience and sticking to what we know best are key to success in this game. We've seen time and time again that holding on to a winning trade can be just as important as making the right call in the first place. And when we do make a mistake, it's essential to learn from it and move forward, rather than getting caught up in frustration or fear. So as we wrap up this conversation, let me leave you with a final thought. Less is more, being patient is more, and sticking to what we know best is key to winning at this BTMM trading game. Remember, it's all about waiting for the right moment to strike, and then sticking to your guns until the end. And always keep in mind that things can change in an instant, but with patience and discipline, we can navigate even the most turbulent markets. May God bless you all on your own journeys, and may you find success and fulfillment in all that you do.
Nigga, this shit ain't safe. Nigga, this shit ain't safe. I done moved around, met Geo. I done danced at bitch like Neo. Nigga, this shit ain't safe. And a friend came down for Rio. She done moved in with a whole kilo. Keep it pop, ox cut, she be pop, for the strap, see me stop, never stop, ox cut, for the drops. Yeah, nigga, this shit ain't safe. Cut here, ice the face. Pulling up for the drink, moving around in the tank. Diamonds, they water, they wet like a lake. Think about causing a scene today. Sliding around with that bank, sliding around with that gang. You play with my brothers, then you gotta pay. We set that boy out like he rockin' some bait. Pussy, you better obey. You niggas better play safe. Whoa, you better play safe. Nigga, this shit ain't safe. I done moved around, met Geo. I done danced at bitch like Neo. Nigga, this shit ain't safe. And a friend came down for Rio. She done moved in with a whole kilo. Keep it pop, oxycut, she be pop, for the struggle, see me stop, never stop, oxycut, for the drugs. You know this life risky. Try me, bitch, I spray it till it's empty. Purple in my cup, I feel like Pepsi. Keep some niggas round me down to fall and catch a case. In your crew, we are 42. Babe, let's have some sex. Babe, let's blow some chicks. Got me getting high on the Percocets. I can hear the blue face calling. Yeah, I'm full of that juice. If you run up, I'm sorry. I tried to told you. Nigga, this shit ain't safe. Nigga, this shit ain't safe. I done moved around, met Geo. I done danced it just like Neo. Nigga, this shit ain't safe. And a friend came down for Rio. She done moved in with a whole kilo. Keep it pop, oxycut, she be pop, for the struggle, see me stop, never stop.